while I'm out there.
Wait a minute, what's this?
Cheers. Time changes, new faces, old best friends, new strangers, new watch just to keep up with the pace.
Karl Marx, with the stroke of his beard, coined the term commodity fetishism. It is the idea that an object takes a separate existence from what it was originally produced for. In the case of Nikes and Air Jordans, a performance shoe was no longer just a performance shoe, or just a shoe in general. They became a sign of prestige and belonging in exclusive social cliques. So how did they get these meanings? How do we analyze them and find all the inequalities it creates?
Got different meanings through the cultural diamond and some terms. Diamond also exposes the inequalities Nike has created, which will be gone more into depth by my colleagues. So from here, we have how Jordans got cool, that is extremely important. The producer, the receiver, process of incorporation and excorporation, and crime. Through all these aspects, we can see what the dangers of the commodity fetishism behind Nikes can create. Enjoy.
Nikes and Jordans are expressive styles of style, class, and masculinity. The style part is a given. Nike and Jordan have done their fair share of cheating the masses and its employees, but I'm not gonna lie. Some models are just way too sick. Anyway, back on track. Class and masculinity aren't so clear cut. Nike signs the best athletes like Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. Wearing something with their name on it carries a level of self-esteem. However, trying to obtain that self-esteem and recognition among peers can lead to some sort of stratification. This stratification can be commonly seen in high school cliques. Not having the coolest gear can lead someone to be made fun of, left out, or seen as a lesser human being. Those with the money and upper class status get to keep getting the best Jordan releases and normally stay at the top of the peer group recognition, the coolest person with the coolest gear. I know it's only high school, and you eventually grow out of it. But why is this important? It's important because things like high school, wanting self-esteem, and recognition are always going to be around. The self-esteem boosts also translate onto the basketball courts. People with the flashiest gear can earn admiration from others on the court, while those who don't have the flashiest gear might be dismissed at first. Of course, these are all initial assessments. At the end of the day, respect is earned and given to those who play hard. Ideas of self-esteem are still prevalent, though. So long as these corporations have something like self-esteem to feed off of, inequalities will keep being reproduced. These inequalities lead to exploitation, crime, and pandemonium.
Jordans are so popular that everywhere that you will go, you'll see somebody wearing some Jordans. And these are 4 reasons why Jordans are popular. Number 1 is that Michael Jordan wore Jordans during his basketball career. He had an amazing basketball career that when he wore Jordans, a lot of people wanted to wear Jordans too. Number 2, many kids in school wore Jordans. In almost every school, there will be a majority of kids wearing Jordans, and that's all that they will wear. Number 3, celebrities wear Jordans. There are many celebrities that are wearing Jordans. Basketball players or not, they will have a pair of Jordans. Number 4, based on Michael Jordan, Jordans are good basketball shoes. Basketball players now prefer to wear Jordans on the court. You don't see them wearing high-top Converse anymore. A fashion statement or not, Jordans have seemed to be popular with almost everyone. Many people will camp out for the new Jordans, and they'll always seem to have a huge line for them.
Many crimes are committed over Nikes. Of course, stealing is one of them, but is killing somebody really on people's agenda? Sadly, yes. Here are a few examples of some recent shootings for this hot commodity. A 14-year-old boy whose name wasn't released reportedly shot Isaiah Martinez, a 15-year-old, in the foot after he was accused of cutting in line at the release of the new Kanye shoe. Kayron Lee, a 20-year-old and a student at Virginia Union University, was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was followed by Daquan Lee, an 18-year-old, who ended up shooting Kayron to death for the shoes that he refused to give up in a holdup. And the last example is Josh Lofton, an 18-year-old who reportedly tried to steal some Air Jordans that he had arranged a meeting to buy on Craigslist. The seller, Marcus Lloyd, chased down Lofton and ended up gunning him to death for a pair of shoes.
In 1985 was the year that Nike created Jordans and released this exclusive high-end athletic shoe with Michael Jordan's face behind the campaign brand. At the height of Michael Jordan's career with the Bulls, every inspired basketball player ran to stores to purchase these shoes, having that feeling that they owned a pair of shoes that the Michael Jordan wore in his famous games. Eventually, Jordan started to branch out of the basketball arena and became the essential fashion accessory to wear in the height of rap and hip-hop music culture. With time, these shoes were worn on and off the court. Still today, after 20 years, Nike Jordan still hasn't lost their style and still continues to make a lot of sales. Mark Parker, the current CEO of the Nike company, had an incredible fiscal year in 2013. He was able to boost the company by 10%, ending the year with $27.8 billion. The shoe itself made $2.25 billion in the U.S. retail basketball sales. And don't forget that even though Michael Jordan is no longer the face of the brand, he's still very involved and has the input on how the next pair of Jordans should be designed. Last year, he received $90 million. That is far more than any retired athletic star makes today. Regardless, the Jordans is a cult classic that will never go out of style. It is a part of the American culture. Thank you so much for watching our video.
So the next big question would be, where do Nikes come from? Who makes them? And, well, how much do they really cost? In case you're wondering, Nikes are not made here in the States. In fact, they're not even made in South Korea anymore. Nike actually had a couple issues back in the day, and now they focus mostly in China, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Nike is very smart about their production. They go ahead and get these contractors to go ahead and do the labor for them, so that way in the end, none of the negativity gets tied back to them. There have been multiple strikes from employees coming from China, Vietnam, and Indonesia, from all the factories, protesting against the wage, fighting for only 2 cents extra an hour, just so they can make a living from where they live in. The money that the companies pay these people isn't enough for a living condition for them. To top it off, Nike's Air Jordans cost a total of about $12 a pair after labor costs, shipping, and all that stuff, and go on sale anywhere between $250 and $550. With so much profit, why doesn't Nike just pay the people more? Why depend on these contractors? Why leave these people with less than living conditions? Nike is actually the #1 shoe company with the most complaints out of all of them. Yes, you might hear that every company is bad, every shoe company, every store company, every shirts have something bad to them. But Nike tops them all with their complaints, with their wages. So next time you go out and buy your pair of Air Jordans, think of what it costs to make them. Think of the sacrifices that are being made. And what did you really do to deserve them?